My name is Stephanie Fallow, and I am doing my summary of Module 2, which is a continuation of the assessment. Again, it talked about the curriculum-based measurement and the 6 steps that makes up this this measurement. But it went into a whole lot of detail about the steps and what is involved in all the steps. The first one being picking out the correct level of testing and what you want to measure. The second was being the administration of the test and making sure you have all your materials together, not only for yourself but the student. The third would be the graphing and how important the graphing is of the assessment, just because not only is it important for the teacher, but it's also important for the student because they like to see their results. And they also can do it themselves if it's age appropriate and level appropriate. And then setting goals for your students if it's because it's a yearly, especially with the example that they used on the reading and how many words a minute that they're supposed to read by the end of the year. And then, modifying and planning your instruction, what's working, what's not working, and then using that to make sure that your kiddos are being successful. And then, of course, the last was to communicate. And that's not only communicating to your peers and colleagues, but it's also communicating to the students. And their parents, and making sure that they know where their kiddo stands. An IEP meeting was used as an example in this module, and it's great to bring, especially, it's good to bring graphs and resources that the parents can not only see, but they can understand, because I know a lot of our wording kind of gets out of control for our parents, and sometimes we kind of lose them in the midst of all the paperwork and all of the legal lingo that we have to follow to make sure that we're doing our part on the educational side. I really like the fact that this module gave you resources for testing, for age-appropriate probes that you could use. And then for my classroom, again, like it was used in the example of the video, it's great for letter recognition, reading, fluency. I would definitely implement it on those kiddos that had those goals on their standard-based IEP. And again, looking at those social skills, although it's hard to understand how I could graph that, I would definitely like to look into that and see if it's a possibility to be able to use the CBM for social skills for those kiddos who are more functionally based. I really enjoyed the module, and I really like the interactive activities on how you got to it had the 3 different probes, and you got to assess them, because being in a self-contained classroom, I really don't really get to experience the academic portion of that, so it was interesting.